Hello and welcome back, my fellow Pokemon fans or people who are waiting for me to upload another 3D printed video or a card video. But this is a Pokemon video, so you get what you get. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Heartgold. In the last episode, instead of fighting the gym leader in Vermilion City, we decided to just explore the city and just explore the whole area, I suppose. And I think I'm gonna take the same route, concept, position. Am I using the right word? I'm not sure, but I will also not be facing the gym leader because I think I mentioned this in the previous episode. I like doing things in order, so since we're in the Kanto region, the first gym leader is all the way in Pewter City. So I'm pretty sure we can, but I'm not quite sure how. But I'm gonna try to figure out how to fight the first gym leader though. But I'm thinking, I don't know if we actually can, which is not the greatest thing. Anyways, I recently saw the Scary Movie 6. Granted, I only seen the first one, so I didn't see Scary Movie 2 to 5. But I saw Scary Movie 6, and okay, it's not a good movie. Let's get that out of the way. Like, it's it's not going to be like a good movie. It doesn't have a real storyline or anything. It's just complete nonsense. Just a bunch of references. A bunch of nonsense. Storyline just all over the place. But So yeah, it's not a good movie in that sense, right? Like a traditional movie. Like a good movie like Ford vs Ferrari, Rush, or Tarzan, like the animated one. Those are good movies. But this movie was not a good movie. It's a funny movie. It's just you're just sitting there, they're just trying to make you laugh. And I think they got that down. That movie was pretty funny, pretty vulgar and disgusting at times. I would not recommend you take your younger siblings if they're not used to that type. But it was a pretty freaking fun movie. Though some of the jokes for me, at least for me, didn't quite land. It was like, oh, okay. And some of the jokes I felt like were recycled from either previous scary movies or just throughout the movie. They just kind of reuse the same jokes. But overall, I had a good time. Definitely, movie wasn't good in any way. It was just funny. But it's like one of those movies you watch, if you just want to laugh at something stupid, Not like, oh, I'm gonna watch this movie because I want to feel something. You'll feel stupid after watching the movie. And it's so disgusting. But I would give it a shot if you just want a good laugh to pass something stupid, But besides that, that's really all I can say about the movie. I mean, just from the first scary movie, it was never meant to be like a good movie. It was just meant to, make you laugh and whatnot, which they did. So it was pretty fun. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna say about that because I don't want to accidentally spoil it for anyone. Which I guess it wouldn't really matter because it's still pretty, weird. But yeah, so and then that was a pretty fun time. But yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was just cleaning the desk. Scary movie. Though it was a funny movie. Let's get that straight away. But it's not something I would actually go to the theaters again to watch it. It'll be something like I watch on Tubi or another streaming service when they release it. But at that time, I just wanted to give it a shot. Because I've never seen a scary movie in the big screen before, and maybe it'll be different. Because how movies feel a little different. Like the AMC And the commercial says, "We come here to feel something." Speaking of the AMC commercial, though, I don't know about you, but it feels like every time I see it, it gets shorter and shorter, which is kind of funny to me because they're just shortening the commercial time. But yeah, I also been playing a lot of Clash Royale, but I am not that great at Clash Royale. But I'm gonna go into that. But yeah, there is some movies that I'm kind of excited to watch. The Odyssey, for example. It's pretty fun. I granted, I only was aware of what the Odyssey actually was because of Percy Jackson. I forget which book it was, but it in the Percy Jackson series they do briefly mention the Odyssey, I think, and I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. And I remember I had a report to do about the Odyssey during like winter break or something, but I actually never read the book or something, so I based off my report on Percy Jackson, the Lost Hero, and obviously I failed it, but it was still pretty funny. Eventually, I did get around to reading the Odyssey. Well, I read started to read the Odyssey, but I never finished it, unfortunately. Granted, I'm not like the biggest fan of reading, unless I want to. I guess I guess it's like, you know, if someone tells me to do something, you know, I don't really want to do it, but I want to do it on my own, then I want to do it. Does that make sense? I don't think I'm making sense. But anyways, we make it to Celadon City, as I'm rambling about nothing as usual. But in Saffron City, we're also not going to face any gym leaders here. Mainly because I really just want to do the gym leaders in order. And right now I'm trying not to die by this Prince in Clash Royale, which is pretty stressful because I only have a level 10 cannon. Oh, I got a tower. Anyways, sorry. But yeah, it was one of my favorite movies actually is Ip Man, IPMAN, by this I believe this Chinese actor named Donnie Yen. It's a pretty obviously, it's an action movie, so they kind of have the creative freedom to make whatever storyline they want to. I mean, let's be honest. If you've seen Ip Man 3, there's no way that Ip Man actually fought Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? But it's such a cool movie. I really liked it. And I watched all Ip Man 1, 2, 3, 4, and I believe the spin-off series they have with I guess one of the villains or characters from Ip Man 3. It was pretty good, but it's well, I guess I actually have no negative feedbacks about the Ip Man franchise. I really enjoyed it very much. I don't know where I was going with that. But Ip Man, speaking of franchises, since Cars is actually going to be re-released on theaters pretty soon, in like September, so a few months from now, a lot of people, well, at least on my social media, they've been doing like a ranking of Cars, and a lot of people rank Cars 1 as, a masterpiece, which I agree, it's pretty good, that's where a lot of the fans come from. Cars 2 is like the black sheep of the family, Some people like it, some people hate it. I personally enjoyed it. It gave us racing elements and like different aspects of Cars life, that weren't dedicated races, which I thought was pretty freaking cool as a concept, And I enjoyed it very much. It was entertaining. I had fun watching it. I enjoyed Cars 2. Cars 3 was definitely, I liked it, but it definitely was not my favorite by any means. I like the storyline where how they made Lightning McQueen become more of a mentor figure, you know, to Cruz Ramirez, which I thought was a good storyline. But I also kind of wanted to see Lightning McQueen win one Piston Cup, you know. And I believe they're making Cars 4, so I'm hoping, because technically the way Cars 3 ended was Cars, to me, I guess it seems like Lightning McQueen is still in the race, but he's still racing, because I think wait, if I understood it correctly, he's still allowed to race, I believe. Yeah, I think that's how I understood it. Maybe I'm just dumb. Who knows? But yeah. And then Shrek, and I didn't know this, but Ice Age is coming out, like a new franchise of, new movie of Ice Age. Ice Age is a very mixed bag of emotions for me. The first three I did really enjoy. The fourth one, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. It was cool, but I was just like, eh. And then the fifth one, I was just even more, because the first one was like the intro to Ice Age, where they still had humans. And then somehow the second one was, there's no more humans apparently. And it was about like the meltdown. The third one was about the dinosaurs. The fourth one was about the continental drift, I think. And then the fifth one was the fifth one like the space one where like a meteor was coming? But I don't know, chronologically that it doesn't make any sense. Like I don't know what they're doing anymore. It's like they're going back in time. But speaking of going back in time, there's like this theory I read, is that the movie is actually going backwards, so I guess that makes sense. So the first movie will technically be like the last movie, but that really doesn't make sense. But yeah, I don't know, I think it's still an interesting concept though. But it's still, even though I'm not the biggest fan of it, I still enjoyed it. It had some good laughs, definitely some cringy ones though. Granted, it is a children's movie, so I wouldn't expect much. But yeah, and then Shrek 5 is coming up. Shrek 5, I guess I'm okay with it. I like the Shrek 1, 2, and 4. Shrek 3 was, it was okay. It wasn't the greatest for me. But then when I heard that Shrek 5 was coming out, I was a little confused because Shrek 4 was called the final chapter. So I was like, oh, this is the end of the franchise. But I guess they're making another one, Shrek 5. So I was just like, oh. And then when they released like a little snippet of the trailer they had, the animation was just so much worse, and I don't understand why they decided to change that animation, because the animation from Shrek 1 to 4 was already pretty good. That's what everyone loved about it. But they changed the animation, and it was just like, no. So I really do hope that they changed the animation back to what it was before, because that's the animation they provided us. It's gonna be like the Sonic treatment, Ooh, maybe that's why they like did a bad animation for it, like kind of like Sonic, where they released a bad Sonic thing, and then they re-released it, which caught a lot of people's attention. Maybe that's why they did it. I don't even know. But that's just my 2 cents. I may be wrong. Who knows? But yeah, if you are very confused on what I'm doing right now, I am just literally just exploring the city, and the section I'm in might be very interesting to you because it's a department center. But we all know what a department center is, so I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just gonna keep rambling on if that's okay. Well, I guess you don't have a choice because it's my video, suckers. But yeah, I guess I do like movies. Though I would say buying movie tickets are pretty expensive these days, which is pretty ridiculous. Because some movies, like for the shoot, what was the movie I just saw? Scary movie. I spent like $55 on just tickets. It's pretty insane. Unfortunately, I do think they're only going to keep raising the prices, just like gas, which is insane. I guess that's why I haven't really been driving my Challenger lately. It's mainly because of the gas prices. Oh, the gas prices are too much. It's getting ridiculous, you know. I was talking to my pops the other day. He was like saying, like, "Oh, back in my day, we paid like $1 for gas." And I was like, $1? God damn, you know I can get with $1. So many chicken nuggets. No. I do hope that eventually they'll lower the gas prices, but I have little to no hope that that will actually happen, unfortunately. And I just lost the battle of Clash Royale. No! Ah, that was so close. Okay. But yeah. Shoot, I genuinely forgot what I was talking about. But yeah. I'm aware of why gas prices are keep going up, you know, especially nowadays. But you know, I do wish something could happen sooner than later. You know, it'd be a lot easier on the working families, so that way, you know, we can buy stupid stuff more. No, but I'm not quite sure how one would actually. I know a lot of politicians keep saying, "Oh, we're gonna lower gas prices," but like in my head, I'm like, okay, how though? You know, how are we gonna lower these gas prices? They always say we're gonna lower the gas prices, but they don't specifically tell you how they're gonna lower the gas prices. Or maybe they have, but I just haven't paid attention. But just from my experience, I don't think they actually ever said anything like this. So I'm just like, you keep saying you're gonna lower gas prices, but you never do. So are you lowering them or raising them? You know. Well, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised since most politicians just say what they have to say to get their votes, and then they don't really pull through on what they promise, which I guess that's pretty common. Maybe I should be a politician. Oh, I promise you'll get free gas for the next 300 years. And as soon as I'm elected, oh, I never said that, sir. Oh boy. But I also understand that there are some things where, you know, politicians, you know, can't really control because it was set by the previous, you know, politician, you know, or some things were already like set in motion. I understand that, but I don't know. This world is confusing, and I'm not Batman, so I can't do anything about it. But yeah, I have seen a lot of protesting lately, and I don't mind all the protesting except the traffic that comes with it. But I guess to me, I'm not entirely sure the cost of the protesting, right? Like, okay, you get your voice out, and then what? The next day, everyone just forgets about it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, they protest for only one day, and then as soon as that day is up, it's like, okay, we're not gonna protest anymore. We gotta move on to the next thing. I don't know, you know. Like, I guess from the protests I've seen, they protest like the day of, and then they just kind of forget it afterwards. which I don't know, doesn't make sense. A lot of sense to me. But then again, I'm also kind of secluded, so I can't say much about it. Anyways, we're about to head to the bike path, so I'm gonna try some ride music. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, nerds.